morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm not burning yet. We are so blessed having you guys around here. But before starting anything, I would like to appreciate the effort that were made with one of the great men, a very wise man. He believed in young people. He empowered young people on SRH around the world. I can say many good words for him, but in briefly I can say he was the champion of the health for all, Dr. Babatunde. He was the global leader of UNFPA. So on paying condolences and contribution and respect for him, I call all of you to raise for just a minute for him. Please, Mary. Amen. So as I said, it's a fire chat, and we'll be having two great people here, part of correction. I'll be having Mr.Jumanne Mtambalike. Please, may you approach here. And on the same note, we'll be having Madam Felister from UNFPA. Please join us here. So before starting, as we are saying, one of the great part of this project has involved young people. We have seen the idea that comes from majority of young people, the engagement of design of the project from young people. On the same morale and the same motivation, I would like to request my dear honorable here to stand up as young people, and then we can head our side chat. Please. Is that okay? So as I've been talking about innovation and SRH, we have Madam Felister. She's SRH manager from UNFPA, but also she's the focal person of this AMUA Accelerator. Interesting part. And we have Mr.Jumanne Mtambalike. He's the co-founder of Sahara, and also he's the technical lead on this AMUA Accelerator. So it's like we are mixing SRH and innovation, and let's see what's happening. Just pause a bit. Just pause a bit. Oh. So our role here is trying to see how can we use innovation on creating, developing sustainable project on a community. Starting from UNFPA, you have been doing very many programming of SRH for quite a time, and they've been doing a very good job. But they said, let's stop business as usual, and let's come with the innovation approach. Why did you thought of coming with this approach?
Thank you so much. I think it's great, and it's good to know that UNFPA has taken leadership in introducing the Innovation Accelerator. I think one of the driving force behind us is that sexual reproductive health remains the most important agenda globally, and it is the business, unfinished business since the MDG, and it has been taken over in the Sustainable Development Goals. And as my colleague has already said, goal number 4, goal number 8, goal number 17, it speaks all about emphasis on using innovation to be able to move some of the challenging and sensitive agenda like sexual reproductive health. So that's one of the reasons that UNFPA has to move, to focus more on the innovation. But the second thing is that UNFPA also has a innovation vision 2014 and is ending 2017, but is going to be reviewed to look more on how, as an organization, we are going to move more to ensure that some of the issues which cannot really get answers using the business as usual approaches can easily be addressed using the innovation. I think that's one of the important things that UNFPA moved to that direction, and we are really trying to ensure that we nurture the culture of innovation from the global, the regional offices and our country offices. I think you will see more of us doing a lot of these innovations. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. You mentioned about having vision, that they have been having a vision as UNFPA and putting innovation on young people. On the same note, you might have been working with young people for quite a time based on ICT and innovation. I'm just curious to know, how can we maximize the engagement of young people on using innovation on solving these social problems in our community?
Okay, thank you so much. My name is Jumanne Mtambalike. I'm the co-founder of Sahara Ventures, which is a company which owns Sahara Sparks. First of all, thank you for this opportunity. Innovation is what distinguishes between leaders and followers, the late Steve Jobs. When I was having the initial discussion with Madam Felister for the first time about this project, she was like, we're piloting it for the first time for the Tanzanian young people. Do you think it's going to work? And then my reply was, there's always a first time, and it's always okay to innovate. It's okay to fail. You just need to fail fast, fail cheap, and fail reasonably. With innovation, specifically frugal innovation, it's going to help us to implement very high cost project at a very reasonable cost and at a huge impact. Because you'll be working with minimum resources possible, but achieving a major, major impact. But what is more interesting, you'll be working with people who are embracing innovation, who are young people, and then they'll take leadership in the process. And then they'll be the one to lead the change. In another way around, if you do the business as usual, then you're going to work with, sorry to say this, old style, boring NGOs, you know. And then it gets a bit difficult. For some of you who took part in some of our programs, the acceleration program and the boot camp, they were energetic, there was a music around, people were having fun, staying up to late night, challenging each other, working with their mentors. It was so fun, it was so interesting, it was energetic. And out of that fun, as the Finnish people say, it was a monkey business. A lot of chaos, a lot of running, but with output. And then you can see some of the product here. So to me, I believe this is the right time to incorporate innovation, specifically in the projects that are related to the development, because this is the right time.
So guys, as I remind you, as we said, it's a fireside chat. We won't take much of your time. Remember that. So madam, as we are wrapping up, what do you have to tell our distinguished guests?
Thank you. I think we should all follow our footsteps, because if we really want to change, and especially within the UN system, where sometimes we seem like sometimes we are called bureaucratic, but I think we are not, because they say bureaucracy is healthy. So, so I think this is a way to go. And seriously, I can say that since I have been one of the person from the initiation of this project to the end, but it's not really the end, you're going to run another round of acceleration probably, is one of the very best projects where you can see the product coming out, where you can see the results quickly, and the resources you're putting is not as much as you would put in the normal, ordinary, business as usual project. This one I'm saying because I'm still running other projects with our very normal approaches, which I've seen that it takes a lot of money, but still you might struggle getting the results. But for this one, just seeing the product which we are going to see today is a testimony for what I'm saying. And I will leave this to you, that you are going to see and witness this testimony. So you are welcome to the world of innovation.
Thank you so much. So, and Mr. Jumanne, as your takeaway for the as well.
So, for those who know me, I've been working for some time in the innovation ecosystem. And this is my personal belief. The best way to solve a problem is to build a business around it. It's going to be sustainable, it's going to be feasible, it's going to be viable, and it's going to be desirable, because someone will be taking that solution. You don't have to constantly keep on funding it. And by adopting this approach of incorporating innovation and entrepreneurship in a project that are looking to create impact to the community, then we're going to create social enterprises. These social enterprises are going to be sustainable, meaning that if UNFPA fund a project in 2017, they don't have to fund it again in 2022. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much. As we are rounding up, UNFPA, they say, because everyone counts, and that's you. Everyone here counts. And Sahara Sparks, they say, towards mass solution. On the same note, let's show our deeply appreciation to the government of Tanzania for supporting this project, and also for UK Aid, they wish they could be here, but due to some inconvenience, they're not here. And also to Sahara Sparks, UNFPA, and foremost, the majority of young people, because this is a true sense of leadership. Young people need space, and need the space. They're proving that they can use this space. And this is a call for all partners, for development partners. Let's engage young people on practical sense as partners, not just as beneficiaries. So this is a call that I'm giving to you. That's it. Thank you so much, guys. Have a nice time.